Oh, guys, I'm bundled up. I'm snowed in. I'm not going to lie, guys. It's snowing pretty heavy outside, so who else is better to play than my main man right here, Chopper. Now, this is up for grabs. If you join the Discord, this card's going to be one of my cards I post for sale. You guys are more than welcome to it. Anyways, that's down in the description. Join the Discord. Let's get into the deck. We're going to be playing Red-Green Chopper. This is my first build. We may change it over the games as this is my learning deck. I just thought, hey, it's snowing outside. Let's play a reindeer right here. You know, our little reindeer. If you don't know what this guy does, it's a red-green, just like your Luffy, your Law, and probably a couple others. Red-green's pretty easy to find. Just like Odin, I believe, has one as well. Anyways, activate main. Once per turn, give up to one rested Dawn to each of your 3 animal or drum kingdom types. I really like this, but I wish it would have worked with the Straw Hat crew as well, just to give a little more diversity instead of the Drum Kingdom archetype. If it would have gone for that, I think this deck would actually be playable in the meta. This is not a meta threat, but this is going to be a fun deck. The card, I guess we'll go over it one by one. Being a 4-life leader, we do have to watch where we're being aggro and where we're being control, so we try to play both. We play really low to the ground, trying to use those extra Dawn by playing a 3-drop like Zoro to get Rush, and then also giving 3 of our other characters 1 Dawn from that 3-drop Zoro, using all of our Dawn efficiently, and watching how we use it. Using the Dawn efficiently is the green side of things. The red side of things is our aggressive strategy, being low to the ground and hitting you in the face. Let's start with our 2K counters. I always run Otama in red, but I also always run Sanji in red. So there's 2 reasons for this. We have less issues with the Sanji being red-green and only having 4 life, but we'll get to that in a second. Otama is a great card because it gives your opponent's characters minus 2k, which can always help you long term because we're playing mini low bodies. So if they have an 8k body, we can't usually hit that very hard. So giving it minus 2 can at least make it a 6k, and so our low to the ground targets can actually swing into it. It's also a 2k counter, of course, which is always great. We always play the Sanji in red because it helps us for decks who want to starve us out. Red is the easiest color to starve out because they play so aggressively and low to the ground usually. You see it with Zoro and many other strategies. You basically play like you're a Nell versus a red deck, and so this lets us take our own life to get more resources to continue playing long term. And it's a 7k swing on the turn you do that, using 2 of your rested Dawn, which our leader really likes to do. For our next 2K, it's going to be one of our Drum Kingdom and Animal types, so it does have both, but that doesn't really matter. It's a 2K counter, times 1 Dawn, activate main, give up to one of your Animal type characters other than this character, plus 1000. So when we use our leader ability to give this arrested Dawn, it temporarily gives a boost to one of our other Animal types, making a 4K a 5K if we were not able to give it arrested Dawn. It's also a 3 cost, so using the leader ability, you can technically use it on the turn it's played, and then use this to bump up something else. Even though this doesn't have the ability to swing, that Dawn is not wasted. Our final 2K is going to be one of our targets for just our Chopper effect, which you'll find out in a moment. This Chopper is it's simply just a 2K in most situations, but sometimes it can win you a game. Rest up to one of your opponent's, times 1 Dawn, when attacking, rest up to one of your opponent's character where they cost 2 or less. This helps us with those small chump blockers, which usually we don't have too much of a problem with. Being aggro, we use them up pretty quickly, but sometimes you need the extra targets, and the extra 2k always is going to help. Next, I'd like to jump into more of our blockers and our passive side of things, which is going to be this Chopper, which can also be an amazing aggro target. This blocker has an attack, when attacking ability, times 2 Dawn, give up to one of your opponent's characters minus 3000 power for the turn. This is just strong, honestly. If they had something to restand a Straw Hat crew specifically, unlike the Law, which stands up a Supernova only, if they had something for Straw Hat, this would be amazing because it'd be a 6k, giving minus 3 twice. Totally would be insane value on that one. But it's also a blocker when you need it, so you get both sides of the coin, which is always good. Next, we get into our 1-drop. Like I said, a lot of decks are just playing these little chump blockers, and so this 1-drop is going to be very strong in the late game, just helping us get out of huge swings we usually couldn't with just 1 Dawn, which is very, very effective for a deck that has only 4 life. It's also a target for this Chopper to play out, but we'll get into that in a minute. Well, by in a minute, just a couple seconds now, because we're getting into our key cards, which we're going to start off with, obviously, the most important Reindeer Chopper right here of the Drum Kingdom specifically, on play or when attacking during your turn. So remember, it's during your turn. You'll need to know that for the future. Look at the top 5 cards of your deck, and from among them, play one animal type character with 4000 power or less as rested. Then place the rest of your cards from the bottom of your deck in any order. So this can help us cheat out any of the characters you've seen before this, or this Chopper right here. This is going to be your best target to really get a wide board, which is why we go low and to the ground. And this is the chopper you want to cheat out that I was just talking about, because this chopper can play up to one animal type character with 3,000 power or less from your hand, which will allow you to cheat out this chopper. It will also allow you to cheat out our hiking bear. So it only has a couple targets, but sometimes that extra ability just to hit is really good. It can also hit this Tony chopper to rest one of our opponent's low-costed characters, but usually you want to go for this one or this one. But obviously, having this out's never going to hurt. Finally, let's get into our rush options here in the deck. I like the Robson because it can be cheated out with the chopper effect, making it hit more often, because sometimes you can build a deck that doesn't have enough animals and doesn't hit. So I like having 2 of these for that option, while also being a rush option when it is in your hand, and it's a 1k counter. Personally, I like to play the Zoro. The Zoro is a 3-drop with Rush. 3-drop is really important in the deck because it uses our 3 Dawn that we need to have Rested Dawn for our leader ability to be active. Finally, I don't even know what to put these last few cards in. I guess we can call them tech options. I don't think this one is specifically, but the next one definitely is. This Tony chopper just says set up to one of your Odyssey type characters that cost 4 or less as active, which does include itself, so we can swing with him. He's animal type, and so when we swing with him, he stands himself as active and is not KOable, forcing our opponent to swing into our face so we can't get us starved out. This also works with Shut Up and Come With Us, which is why we had to mention earlier that this is only on your turn, because this looks at the top 5 and puts any 3 cost or lower animal type into play, which is just honestly really strong. And it does become active, unlike the chopper effect. So this one does play out as active, so if we get a blocker, it's an active blocker and can win you the game. Finally, we're going to get to a couple tech choices, I guess you could say, in the Momu and the Zoro. I really like the Momu just because it's a 2-cost 4K, so being 2-cost, you can give it a Rested Dawn as an animal type, and it's playable off of our chopper. So I just like having a 2-drop 4K. It's vanilla, but sometimes it just works, giving us a strong body for only 2 Dawn. Second, I would like to try out this Zoro. This is my personal tech piece that I don't think people have noticed, but if you have 3 or more characters in play, this character gains plus 2,000 for the turn. So what we do is spam up bodies on the board, so for 1 Dawn, we can literally get a 4k swing. So now with just 1 Dawn attached, it's a 5k swing, and I think this will come up more often in games than we suspect, and if not, it's a 1k counter in hand. This is the card that I wish our leader effect worked with Straw Hat Crew, because if it did, this card would be really, really strong. Being a free 5k swing anytime we have this chopper on the board, because this does count itself, and it does count towards the 3. So it being one of the 3, and this chopper gets played out, this chopper now plays out another character, and now this Zoro is a 4k leader affected 5k swing. But it's not targetable by the 5k swing. Lastly, we have the Nami. I choose this over the Kureha because all of our choppers are Straw Hat, and that's primarily what we're looking for. And it helps us find the Zoro, the Shut Up and Come With Us, and many other good targets. So I just go with the Nami. It's a top 5 searcher rather than 4. That's just better. That's going to be the deck profile right there, so make sure you like and subscribe. We're about to get into some games. Join the Discord, leave a comment, leave a like, let me know your thoughts on the deck list. Like I said, we may change it throughout the games, and I'll show you a preview if we do. Not starting with the most competitive matchup, but I think this is definitely a hand to keep. Our chopper is going to be really good. We can cheat out just a little body off the first turn. It's never going to hurt. This leader has ×2 Dawn when attacking. You may add 1 life from the top or bottom to your hand. If your life is 2 or less, you may place 1 card from your hand to the top of your life area. You get to set up your life. That's always going to be good. We don't have a target for this, so we may just play the chopper out, which I don't think is going to be a problem at all. This Sanji is really strong. If you don't know what it does, you may add the top card of your life to your hand, add 1 card from the top of your deck to your life. So you basically just get to a free draw 1 for 2 Dawn, which is going to be really good. We're going to play out another blocker and just pass the turn. We don't have a very low to the ground strategy just yet. It may have been good to play the Zoro, but there was nothing else to play with it other than a 7k swing, and we hit with just a 5k swing, so it was the better body to develop. With them being 5 life, I just assume they're going to take the first one, which they usually do. He's going to go 6 at face and then 6 at face, it looks like. So he gets to just draw a free card. We are going to take this because it's a swing at our face. We may chump blocker out because only 2k we have is Otama. I guess we can give him the Otama here because he doesn't have any bodies we really need to give minus anything to just yet. We will probably Nami search, I believe, just to see what we can find. We get to find a Rush Zoro, which we are going to play this turn, playing out 2 Zoros. So we'll go 5 here, see what he wants to do. He may actually counter out just because he may not think about the Zoro, but with us having the Zoro in play, I probably wouldn't. Wow, he does counter out. So what we're going to do here is go 5 at it again. If he counters out of this one, we'll swing 5 with a chopper. It looks like he doesn't want to, so we're pretty low to the ground already. We can play out this Zoro and just pass turn. This is going to be a 5k swing next turn. This is a 5k swing. This we can attach Free Dawn to. We could have done it right there, like I said, but definitely didn't plan on it. We're going to Chump Blocker out, not losing any cards in hand, and keeping the rush option if we want to in the Robson. He plays out the Nami, probably killing the Zoro, I would assume. He doesn't get to draw a card, though, so that's kind of with me. So we find another Robson here. We definitely are going to play the Robson and then use our leader ability, giving a Free Dawn here and here. Choose these two friendly. We're going to give this an extra Dawn and just go ahead and swing 6. Super simple. Like I said, we're low to the ground, and that's kind of our goal. I honestly don't know how this matchup goes because sometimes yellow's just tough. It depends on their triggers, so you guys may see us just get triggered, and I tend to do that against these decks anyways. So it looks like we're just going to go probably 5 again. Super simple into the face. 5 is just an easy swing. Might as well. We stay low, do our thing, and then we're probably going to go... He's going to take a 5. I may just go... I don't think we'll need the blocker, because we're about to play out our little blocker anyway, so we'll go 5 again. I'd rather swing at this first just because it already has the Dawn attached, so if he got some crazy trigger, we'd be kind of cooked. But I think getting the blocker out is going to be really good here. We can also go 7. I wish this also gave 1 to its leader itself and just was easy Free Dawn every turn. At least that would have guaranteed value if you're not going to give it to other characters or anything. We're going to swing 6 at face, force out a 2k here probably. He may not, just because he can start sacking his life, but it looks like he doesn't want to on curve. He probably plays a 7 mom next turn. So we're just going to pass turn over. We will trash our life probably. Looks like no. He's searching. What are you going to find? He grabs a Charlotte Brûlée. That's going to be a good blocker to have right there. We definitely need to keep our characters alive as much as possible, but I don't know if that's going to be happening right now. You may add 1 card to the top of your life. If you have 2 or less life, you may place 1 card from your hand at the top. So he gets a free search there. We have no idea what he's going to play, but we should probably... Oh, I don't know. He's going to kill it either way, but it depends on how he does it, I guess. So I guess we'll just block out, because he has the option to kill this and kill it by an effect anyway. So he's going to swing 6 into it. We're going to let it go. We'll still have 3 bodies on the board at least. Plays the Sanji blocker and passes turn. So now we get to really go active by playing this out and then playing probably this. I think this is going to be the best option just because it gives us a Free Dawn anyways. So we'll definitely play that out. It's going to be a Free Dawn for us to use. 1, 2, 3. Might as well. This will give 1 extra K here. And then we'll swing, 7? We'll swing 7 here into the Nami. We're going to go ahead and clear that out of here. We know they have some kind of trigger up here because they set it themselves. So I wanted to go ahead and get rid of it to make our life a little easier. I think it's going to be something to kill this. So that's my biggest worry, I would say, right now. But we can't really play around it for too long. We'll see what he wants to do. It's just the Brûlée blocker, so that's actually not that scary. We're going to make them think we may have something in hand, so we're just going to swing 7 at face here. They probably just block out for free. If I was them, that's what I would do. I set up the blocker, but I guess I'm not them, so whatever. What do they do on a 10-drop turn? Probably, we all know, 10-drop Big Mom. I don't really want to give this to them for free, so I'd rather force out their other swings. Maybe temporarily saving some of our lives on the board. But you never really know, because if they have to put Dawn here to kill it, we don't have to worry about a 10-drop Big Mom, which sounds kind of nice to me. He wants to go 5 and a 4. We'll let him have it. He probably gives us this blocker swinging into the Zoro, I would assume. But he may go for the Hiking Bear instead. I just think this is a little better value because it's going to be a 4K swing rather than a 3K. But this guy gets the leader effect, so I can see why you'd swing that as well. We're assuming a 10-drop Big Mom's coming in. Looks like instead it's a Yamato, which is kind of crazy. Killing our Chopper, leaving us with almost nothing right here. Puts us in a tough spot, I'm not going to lie to you guys. Because he's building up a pretty strong board here. And we have nothing to really target with our leader ability. He wants to swing 2 here. We have to counter out because we can't lose our whole board just in 1 turn. We high roll, we get the Chopper. Chopper will get us the Odyssey Chopper. That will at least stand itself as active. So what we're going to do here is probably swing, this is 1K, so let's swing 3 into the Brûlée just to get rid of the blocker. I think we just clean up the board here. I think that's going to be the best option. This is a 4K, so 3 here into this. We'll go, oh, he wants to save it. Oh, you want to save it. Well, now he's giving us more cards in hand, so it's guaranteed to kill if we go 5 right here. It's guaranteed, and then we can go 9 here. It's guaranteed, so we will do that just to have the guaranteed kills now that he gave us more cards. Saved a pudding, and that's really it. So, hey, that's fine with me. 9 here. We'll pass turn over, stand himself as active, so we can only lose 2 characters here, or they can swing our face. But if they swing our face, we're still pretty safe for the most part. They're going to go 2. Yep, smart. Good choice. They may leave our Nami active, but I guess not. They're trying to really starve us out of resources. It looks like a 10-drop Big Mom's coming in now, but you never really know. Hit me. Hit me, please. Thank you. We get a blocker out of this, which is going to be really good here. And we will get another Yamato. They're going to clear out our chopper, which is really scary, but it's just something we got to deal with here. We can stand itself back as active. We have 2 characters to play out, so this is going to be 5 Dawn. We'll get one back for free here, but I think we swing first, so that's always going to be the best option because this could have a trigger here that would kill it. So I would rather not have the chance of our blocker dying, so we'll play this out. We'll use this, give it a free Dawn just because we can, and then go, what, 9? No, that wouldn't make sense. We'll go 7 into face. If they want to give us 2 cards from hand, that's fine. If not, if they give us both the cards from hand, we'll swing into the Yamato, which obviously can't happen here, so they won't do that. We'll swing 8 into face, see what they want to do with that one. They want to take, which is wild. They won't have their leader ability as active anymore, as far as I know, because they have to add a card. They get the Parasparrow, which could be detrimental to us, so we're just going to have to see what happens here, boys. Because they could split just properly at 5 hits, a 5 hits, a 9 hits. Something we just have to take. No trigger. We'll counter out. They kind of messed up on that one, in my opinion. 9 we'll take. I guess they didn't, because they just swing 9. We have to block out, and they stack everything on pudding and just kill us. That works too. Honestly, safest option, I guess, but they had the game either way. They got a 2k counter on the top. We would have won on the next turn. That's an interesting one. Alright, a semi-meta threat here. We don't have our 3 drops, so I think we learned in the last game to mulligan for it. We don't find it again, which does suck. He put us on our odd or on our even curve, and we don't really play an even curve, so that also kind of sucks. So we'll have to see what we draw. Nothing we need, so we'll just play this out and pass turnover. Wild right there that we got put on 2 games in a row where we cannot find our 3 drop or any of the shut up and come with us. Which a shut up and come with us right now would shut up and be really nice. So they may play around it knowing we're playing Chopper, but I really doubt it because why would you? You can live stress-free, not worried about it. He plays out the Zora Zora, swings 6 at face. We're going to go ahead and take that, and we get another blocker Chopper. So, we're going to swing 6 at face, and then we're going to play out the Chopper. Chopper's going to be really good. It's a free swing for the Zora Zora, which does suck, but we can easily block out with anything else. So we'll play this out. It'll cheat out Robson. We lose 2 of our shut up and come with us, which kind of sucks, but it is what it is. We'll pass turn over, so we can block out of this swing and then counter out of this swing. He'll have 6 Dawn. He may play a Yasop here, which I could see. I don't know what else. I'm saying 6 because the Zora Zora is going to be 1, so just notice that, know that. We have a lot of counter, though, and a blocker on the board, and we get a blocker next turn, so pretty easy to counter out of this one. I don't think we're going to need this Chopper, but it would help our board go wider on the next turn. But if we're keeping this, we'll get rid of this Chopper. We have 2 in hand, and we already have these 2 blockers, so we're pretty safe at this point, in my opinion. He does play the Yasop just like we expected, becoming a 7k leader, which is kind of annoying, but it is what it is. We're just going to block out of that one and call it a day. So now we have 2 blockers in hand. So how are we going to do this? We're going to swing, 5 here, cheating out a body. We'll find out what body. It's going to be Hiking Bear, I'm assuming. Go ahead and play it out. He does want to counter out here, so we're going to play out this 3-drop into this. Use this ability, give 3 Dawn here, grant 1 to this. Now we have a 6k swing, and then if they don't let it die, we'll still be okay because we can swing it with leader. They don't want to let it die. They do want to let it die. These guys are silly goofy. Now we get to swing 8 into face, and they want to give us every card in their hand, so I'd say we're eating them up right now. I'd say we're in a really good spot. We have a blocker on board. They only have 2 relevant swings. So swing your 7, swing your 6s. It's okay with me. They'll be able to clear out this guy, but that's okay. Obviously, it would be nice to have him on the board, but it is what it is. He may only swing this guy in the first place, but we'll obviously blocker it out. He's going to swing 7 into this. He wants to free swing with the Yasop right there. I'll let you have that guy for sure. Because I would like to keep this guy, let me tell you. Let me tell you, I would like to keep that guy. So he's going to go 3 here. I guess we can just give him a 2k counter. I don't see why not. If you're only going to swing 3, I'm going to keep that guy on the board. Especially knowing that we have another blocker to play out next turn. Technically 2 blockers to play out next turn. And then he's going to go, what, 9 here. If he's killing that, am I worried? I think I'll keep him. I'd rather not lose him just because he does have a strong effect later in the matchup. We'll start off with, I want to get our 3 Dawn, so I'd rather play something relevant here just to get the full 3 Dawn value. So now we can go rested. 1, 2, 3. Give +1 here. We'll swing 6 into this. See what he wants to do. He just lets it die. We'll go, what, 5 here. Just clear it out so we can't get those cheap, easy swings. He's going to be a 7K, so we will go 7 into face, cheating out an Odyssey Chopper probably. We could cheat this out, but there's nothing really we want to replace, so this will at least give us a body that's guaranteed to be here next turn. And then we'll be able to go 8 into face, which will either force out a 2K if he gets one, or 2 1Ks from hand. I think he's trying to decide if he even wants to do this. So now we swing everything here. 8. Give me a 2K. No. Stand himself as active. Pass it over. I think we're in a pretty good spot. And I don't think this would be bad to play with other Odyssey characters, actually. Again, just if the leader ability affected non-animals. If it was Straw Hat Crew. Because all the Odyssey stuff is Straw Hat Crew as well. Not all of it. Obviously, there's going to be some that isn't. But you know what I'm saying. You get the point. Also, if you've made it this far in the video and you haven't liked yet, what are you doing? Anyways. He chooses to play a 3rd Yasop here, which is criminal, I'd say. And then he gets to play a Queen blocker down. Discard 1 after this. He drops a 10-drop Shanks, which honestly would probably be pretty good. But, hey, if that's how you want to do it, I don't blame you. We have a good bit of counter in hand, being 3K, so I guess we can save our characters if we need to. But if this is the one he wants to kill, we'll just give it up. I don't think we're too stressed about it because he's going to be swinging 7 into it again, and we don't have the counter for it. So we're going to have to lose 2 bodies here, but that's okay. It's not GG's just yet. This guy's crazy. This guy's crazy. He could be. He may not have counter, and that's what he's saying. We'll let that happen. No reason not to. We're going to get free +2 Dawn here, so we should still be in a pretty good spot. So we'll search out, see what we can find. We do find another blocker, which I'm not against grabbing just because 2 chump blockers could be good, just in case we need it. We won't get our full value here. I guess we can replace the Nami since it's here. And then go 1, 2, 3. We'll give +1 here. We're going to swing, I guess we swing, I think we'll go 7 face. See what he wants to do, and then we'll minus down the Yasop. If he counters, we won't go for face, obviously, or if he blocks out or something. So he gives us 1 card. So I think that just tells us we just swing at this guy and kill him pretty simply. So we'll swing 6 here. Obviously, if he blocks out, I'm going to take both of his bodies, so he's not going to want to do that. Now we get to go, 7, and then this will be 7, so we'll go 7 here first. And then we have 2 blockers on the board. This guy gets to stand himself back, so we're just going to eat up more of his hand or more cards from hand, hoping that he doesn't have another character. I don't think we lose on this clapback, so with 2 blockers out, he's in a pretty tough spot. He'll stand himself back as active, so he can't even clear our full board. So we still have 2 swings at the very least, and if not more, because we do have 3K counters. So I honestly think we're kind of cooking up against this red-purple Luffy. I think he just countered too much early, but that's just my opinion. I think saving the bodies later is way better than the health. But I guess knowing that we're an aggro deck and we're not really going for his board, just told him to counter. But it is what it is. He's going to do it how he wants to do it. We definitely have to let this hit just in case he has something else. So we'll let him get it. We can block out of the other 2 unless he plays a rush. Obviously, then we can't. So we'll block out of this one. We'll see if he's going to 10-drop. So he's showing us a 10-drop, but he can't lose this blocker right here. So I think blocking out of that one's safe. Just have 2 more bodies on the board. If he drops a 10-drop here, this we'll just block out. It's a free block out right there. And then we'll get full value out of cheating something out. Not that it really matters, but it's literally a free 3 Dawn to do it. So might as well. We'll cheat out. See, this is why we did it. Because we get to cheat this out, right? Now when we use our 3 Dawn, we get to do this. Giving 1K here, making this back to 4, so that's 5. So what? We just need to go 6, 7, 8. We need to go 8, 8, 8. Is that possible? No. So it's not guaranteed lethal here, so I think we just go 6, lower this down, and then we should be able to clear his board pretty easily. But there's not really a way. But I guess that means he has no counter. So now we just stack up everything here, hit him in the face, 10K. It is what it is. GG's to our opponent right there. We beat a red-purple Luffy. I don't know why I did the whole hand thing at the end. That was really weird. I don't know. Fuck. That was, guys, so we lost to a random deck out of nowhere. We keep this hand because we got the chopper here. He chooses to go first, so he takes us off our usual curve, but that's okay. Anyways, we're going to just play this out past turn. We lost to the meta threat, so I think going against a Shank is going to be good here. I think it's going second against Shanks is also going to be good. We're going to take that. We don't know if they're an aggro strategy or not, but I like that he's letting us do this. So we're going to go 6 in the face. If he uses the 2 Dawn to kill this, that's fine. It's just a chump blocker. I'd rather him kill this than the chopper. So I think personally that would be a misplay to use the Fire Fist or whatever it's called. But yep, the Red Hawk. I always call it Fire Fist, bro. What is my problem? We'll play this out. Cheating this out, I'm assuming. This would be good to keep counter in our hand and just stand itself as active for our next turn anyways. So we'll actually go for this. I know that may be crazy, but he gets to stand himself as active, so it's going to force him to push into our life, which we're with right now. Now, 1k into face, I'm not really okay with, so I'm going to give him a free 1k, but made our life a lot easier. It looks like either a Marco or an Ace is going to come down. That's my assumption, knowing that this is just an average Shanks list with the Red Hawk. The Red Hawk kind of gives me that assumption that it's not a rush strategy. So, yep, exactly as we expected. We know we're going to play the Nami this turn. We get the free +1 from this, so definitely see us doing the Nami. We'll start probably with the Nami, because this is 3, 1, and then we'll have 1 for leader. I think that's going to be good. So we'll play this down. We're not going to do the Nami just yet because we're going to need the, you'll see in a second, because this is going to show him that we can go 6, 6, 6, and so that's the goal. So we can swing the 6 in a face and force him to think what we're going to do. We get another one of these, which I think is really strong for the deck. It's just going to be an active character that he can't rush down. And now we're showing him the 6, 6, 6. And so the reason we do that is because we can put 1 here, 1 here, or 2 here, I guess. So I'm trying to get the 1k out now. So we'll go 6 in a face, and then we're going to act like we're going 7. But I really don't want to go 7. I'd rather go 5. So he just takes, I guess we should just go 7 in the face, or 6 in a face then, just to get out the -1. It kind of let us know how to play. And then now we keep 1 up for Shut Up and Come With Us. I'd rather have the Shut Up and Come With Us than the Nami search, honestly. This stands itself as active. This stands itself as active. We have a blocker and a Shut Up and Come With Us. Do your worst. Do your worst, pal. Do what you want. We have a full board. These two guys are basically unkillable, and that feels really good. Especially knowing they get 1 free Dawn every turn, and this guy's going to give something -3 next turn, being the ace more than likely. So I'd say we're sitting in a pretty good spot. He just quits, bro. He just quits. There was no way out, and he was kind of mad. Let's see what we could have played out with the Shut Up and Come With Us. We have 5 cards, so blocker, and then it looks like that and the chopper would have been played out. We could have played Let This Die, play out the chopper and this. We would have had a full board again. He even had the Red Hawk at the bottom, but hey, I get it. That was a really aggro start and really good. That Odyssey card is insane. Doflamingo. Now, this is going to be a tough matchup. Let's just say it. Let's be honest. 2 of these is not something I like to see, but this in the first hand, you have to keep. I'm not going to lie to you guys. He chooses to go second, which puts us on an interesting curve, but I think it's one that we don't mind, honestly. Usually we want to go first curve. I think second against Shanks is really good because you get that extra Dawn every turn to swing into his face, guaranteed. So we saw in that last matchup, that was crazy, bro. We made bro Rage quit because he was at 5 Dawn and already at 3 life. So, hey, I'm fine with that. We're going to go 5 in the face just in case he has some kind of trigger. I'd rather it not happen to this. This guy's okay. I'd like to keep him on the board, but cotton candy eating chopper over there doesn't matter as much as the big reindeer himself. So I would love to see a monster form chopper, like an 8-drop, 9-drop secret or something. We'll play this out. I would have loved to have seen the Odyssey chopper right there, but we didn't. So we'll take what we get and we'll pass turn. If he swings heavy into this, we just block out for free. If he swings into our face, we just take it. So I'd say this is a pretty solid start for us. Pretty aggro. He gets the buggy. He's going to stack the top. He may play the teach out if he doesn't find something, but I'm hoping he doesn't have the teach. I'm under the assumption he doesn't, so we should be pretty safe here. And again, these 3 drops are really important for our leader ability, and that's why they made it 3 Dawn. So keep that in mind when we're playing this game, that we're going to be dropping 3s and then leader ability. Drop a 3, leader ability. It's going to be really good. It's going to add up. This chopper is definitely coming out next turn as well. So this and the chopper blocker, depending on what we get off of what he swings into and what we get off the blocker right here. 5 in the face, we're just going to take. It's an extra card in hand. That's fine with me. I don't know what he's going to do with 3 Dawn. I don't know if he's trying to just force out some counter thinking, hey, they're not just going to take a 3. But we did. So, hey, sometimes you expect the unexpected. I think we went a little early there. Probably could have used our leader ability first, cheating out some stuff. So, but we didn't. So it is what it is. We're definitely going to, he's going to counter out of this one. We're going to play down another Odyssey, and then we'll have the 3 Dawn. We should have done it last turn. I'm going to be honest with you guys. You see, I fumbled, whatever. Let it go, buddy. Let it go, Pirate 63. This guy was an early player. But we could have done an extra 1K here, so, but we didn't. Like I said, it is what it is. We'll go 5 in the face, and then we're going to go 6 in the face. This gives us one little chump blocker just to have it. And then it lets the shut up and come with us be active if we need it as well. Because we're going to have these 2 as active, the blocker is active, these 2 as rested. So honestly, we're in a pretty safe spot. I just want to force more cards out of their hand. They know we're an aggro strategy. He's low rolling. I'm not going to lie to you guys. You can tell if you play this game. This is not usually what Doflamingo does. So stand yourself as active, my friend. Stand yourself as active. We don't need to stand anyone else up but ourselves, boys. That's just how the life is. But I'll stand any of you guys up if you join the Discord. Hold up. Stand you up sounds really suspect. Take that back. Pause. Go back a minute. Ignore what I just said. I'm not standing you up. That sounded suspect. Don't join the Discord anymore. Anyways, actually do join the Discord. It'd be pretty cool to have you join because Discord, it's pretty cool to have. Not to plug my own stuff or anything, but Discord would be pretty cool. Oh, wait. Didn't even come up. Hold up. Oh, man. Why'd that struggle? Look at this. Oh, wait. Oh, it didn't work. Okay. We're struggling. Played a Mihawk out. That's all you need to know. I was struggling, trying to make a thing about the Discord. It didn't work, so it is what it is. He puts 1 Dawn here. I don't know why. I'm assuming he's trying to go 4 at one of these guys. That's only 3K, buddy. No, 3K. Trying to warn him before he does it. I hope he sees it now. He doesn't see it. I tried to warn him. I tried to tell him no. He didn't even see it. He basically just swung this 3K buggy into my guy, and I think he's kind of given up at this point, so I get it. This deck is crazy, so it's a hard one to go against. I understand that. We're going to go... We don't get to use our leader ability here, but we're not going to force it out. We're going to go 5 in the face. I think we're just going to go a lot in the face. This game's kind of chalked. I don't even know if I'll add this one because I would love to beat Doflamingo and say I did it, but I think this guy's basically given up at this point. I wish we had some removal for this, just something to kill a 2K because the chopper would just work right here. We could play that 2-drop Kuma just for the fun of it, just for this one setup, but it really wouldn't do much. I think this guy is capped out of the game, I'm not going to lie to you guys. I'd say this one's kind of chalked. Alright, the last one didn't work out, so we're going to take... Never mind. Nobody wants to play against a reindeer. Alright, this is try number 6. I don't know if I'm going to show you guys all the fumbled games, but we're trying to get into a game right here, a semi-competitive one. He chooses to go first, so since we're going second, I would like to keep this. So we'll keep this, just because, like I said, we're going second, so it's a free play on our next turn. Getting 1 Dawn into 3 is going to be really good. We haven't seen any of our choppers, so we should see one in the top here. At least, hopefully, based off of numbers and such, we should see one. That's the hope. He grabs a Jinbei on his first turn, so he could high roll against us, and that wouldn't be fun, but... It is what it is. He could hit the Marshall D. Teach, put that thing to the top, play out the Jinbei, play out the other stuff, yada yada, whatever. But if that's what he does, hey, more power to you. It's going to be the Teach from hand, the Jinbei from hand, and then something else from hand. He'll only have 3 cards, so I guess we're really going to have to play the long-term strategy here. We do definitely take this. He cheats out the Jinbei into Boa. Boa is really annoying here because now it's not just a free swing into this to get rid of it. Has to be at least a 3K swing, which I get it. That's the smart way to do it. But we'll have to see what he wants to do. He's placing cards on the top of his deck. Alright, and like I said, we just play this. Look at the top. We'll play out the Odyssey Chopper here, and then resolve the attack, drawing a card. And then we're going to sneeze. We still have not seen our 3-drop Chopper, which kind of sucks. It's putting us on a very bad spot, in my opinion. This would be good to get rid of this. But is that what we want to do, or would you rather play this? I think we'll swing 6 at Jinbei first. If he chooses to block and give us a 1K, obviously that'll give us a little more idea of what to do, but at least then we get 2 cards. So now this is just a free block even if we do leader ability, so we're definitely not going to. We're going to play this out. I guess we could, just in case. This will be a noob check, alright? Because he gets to stand himself up as active anyway, so obviously if he doesn't block out, he's a noob, but he should just block out for free. He does. We stand ourselves as active anyway, so we just stiff ourselves, if you know what I'm saying. That sounds weird. Pause, hold up, wait a minute. Y'all thought I was finished. So we have 6K, 7, 8, 9K counter, so sitting in a pretty good spot. Praying to the PSA 10 manga chopper right here, hoping we can be put in a good spot in our reindeer days. It stopped snowing outside, so that's kind of nice. It's been snowing for a while now. I don't know, it's supposed to pick up again a little bit later, but it's been snowing for about 4 hours. Probably have about an inch of snow outside, so I'll be making snow angels later. If you want to see that, I'm hanging out. We'll be chilling. The issue here is, my lord, cat. He can go 7-7-7, which is going to be super annoying, and I'm just not going to like that. I guess he can't now, but now he gets to bounce probably his Teach back, maybe even his Jinbei to get another card in hand. Buddy, come sit in my lap. He'll bounce his Jinbei back to bounce one of my characters back. We'll have to just take this. We get a Shut Up and Come With Us, but this is how the Doflamingo matchup should go. Unlike the other matchup where we high rolled and they low rolled, this one they high roll and we low roll. So it is what it is. It's part of the game we play. It's what it's like playing a non-meta deck. So we'll give him a 2K counter here, simple and easy, and we definitely have to counter out of this one as well. So we'll give him 2 and a 1, resolve the attack. And now let's see what we get off the top. We get the Rush Zoro, which is going to be really, really good. We'll play this out just so we can get the free Dawn here. That's always going to be good. That's now a 5K swing. We'll swing 5 here. See what he wants to do for us. Give it to me. We know he bounced a 1K back to hand, but he probably wants to play that Jinbei out. We're not even able to swing face yet, which does suck. So we know he has a 1K counter left in hand. So we can technically go 7 here, or we can force out the last card out of his hand, but I don't know if I like that pressure onto our life. Let's see what he wants to do. If he counters this, that's okay with me, because now we can go 6 here, kill this for free. We have the Shut Up and Come With Us event, and the stance itself is active. So we are sitting sturdy here, boys. We are sitting very sturdy. My cat's over here tweaking, jumping in my lap, jumping up on my desk, trying to destroy my manga chopper. I'm not flexing, guys. I just like to talk about my manga chopper because it's one of my favorite mangas. He's just so cute, and I would love to just throw that in the deck. Just be like, hey, if I do this, does that count? We're going to go and play this just in case we get a blocker out, which we do get a blocker out. I think this would be good, but a blocker is going to be our safe option. We'll return it, and then we'll go... Actually, just take the hit, forcing him more into our life. Obviously, we have to watch out that this is Perfume Femur, so we have to counter out of whatever this is. Faux show. For show, we'll go 2, and then we'll go 1. There's more likelihood that we need Rush than we do Blocker, but as you can see, we are sitting not so good right now. It is not so good. And then we can counter out of this one as well, putting us in a better spot, but not a great spot. So we'll play this, we'll use this, give 3 Dawn here. We definitely need to swing, so we know he may have a 1K counter, but if he does, that's okay with me, honestly, because now we're going to burn it. And then we'll still clear his whole board even if we do burn it. So he sees that coming. So we're going to go 5 in the face. Give it to me. Gimme. If we can pull ourselves out of this depth of hell that we are in, I'm going to be really happy. We're going to keep this active just in case. It's for safety because technically he can put 2 Dawn on himself. So I'd rather not have to deal with that. So we know he drew a Gravity Blade earlier from that top deck that he just did, or he's about to draw a Gravity Blade. So that's not so fun, but it is what it is. We have 2K, and then whatever this is, we have to play around the Perfume Femur again. So he could literally Perfume Femur this guy and then stack everything on him, and we just lose if we don't have the right amount of counters. So that would force us to have to win on the next turn with these small chump bodies. It's not going to happen. It ain't going to happen. So, hey, Luna. He does play the Gravity Blade, getting rid of 2 of our characters. He can now use the Marshall D Teach effect technically on himself to swing our face, or he can use it on his leader. He chooses to use it here. He's going to go 5 in the face. We're going to have to take that because either way we're going to take a hit, so we might as well at least find out what we have. Now he's going to swing probably 5. I mean, he can go 7. He can go 7. We can counter out of it, thank goodness, but still, we are literally in the worst spot. We would have to get Rush, and we don't get Rush. So it really didn't matter, I don't think, at the end of the day, because we were just in a tough spot from the start. So we'll just go 5 in the face. Obviously, he's not going to take that. He's just going to counter out. But that's basically just GG's. We had no rush anyways, so play this out, choose nothing, put 3 here, swing 5 in the face. He's going to just, again, I'm just wasting time at this point. So those were the games for today with this deck. Again, guys, that was just my snowed-in deck profile of the Reindeer Man himself. As we are still in the season, even though it's January and stuff, you know, we can still enjoy our little reindeer times. Could have done this for a Christmas special. Maybe we'll do that next year with some kind of chopper build, but I have a lot of things cooking up. I'm super excited for OP11 cards that are starting to come out. If you don't get in the Discord, you're not going to see the announcements. We're going to start working on putting those announcements very soon. It's hard for me to do it by myself, so if you want to help me with that, you're more than welcome to. Just reach out to me on Discord. Super simple and easy, and I'd love to see you there. If you have any tweaks or different things you'd want to do to the deck, please let me know. There's so many different little things we could do. We could play Hody Jones or just big cards like that. We could play the low-end strategy. We could play, passive long-term strategy. There's so many different types of ways to use this. Most of the other Drum Kingdom cards honestly suck, because we have 20 Doctors, which is one of the most memed cards of all time, Kuramimo, Chess, and Chess Murimo, which all just combine and don't really do anything. You have Dalton, who you have to take a life to gain Rush and gives one of your opponents only minus 1,000 power for 5 Dawn. Is not good. Opposite of Yasop in a way, giving a character minus 1,000 instead of your own leader 1,000. That's kind of mid. This is just nothing. This is just nothing. This is honestly nothing. It's not horrible. One of your opponent's characters with 4,000 power or less, but it's when attacking, so if you don't get it right away, you just don't get it. And the biggest thing is they basically made this leader null and void with these kind of characters, because if this was 1 Dawn and you got the Dawn for free, a 3-drop 4K, really good card. But it's not. So 2 Dawn, only getting 1 for free, forcing us to use the 1 Dawn when any other deck would be a 3 for 4. With 1 Dawn, it doesn't make sense. You know what I'm saying? So anyways, that was my deck list. This may have been a good card to use today. It's a 2K counter. You may rest this character. If your leader is Tony Chopper, give all of your Tony Chopper characters plus 2,000 for the rest of the turn. So if you commented this card, I respect you. I think this would have been a good look. So let me know your other thoughts on this deck and anything else you would add, change, whatever. Next deck you want to see, and I'll see you in the next one, boys, or in the Discord down below.